All right, let's get right into it. There is a serious shift happening with XRP right now, but here's the thing. It's not coming from the people you'd expect. So we're going to break down what the insiders are seeing, why it's stirring up so much debate, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to act on it.
You know, what makes this quote so absolutely wild is who said it. This isn't some XRP maxi. This is from Santiago Santos, an analyst who is deep, and I mean deep, in the Ethereum world. For him to come out and say he's more optimistic about Ripple than anything else, wow, that is a huge signal, and we need to be paying attention.
So that really is the big question, isn't it? I mean, it's one thing to hear all the bullish talk and see the headlines, but if your XRP is just, I don't know, sitting on an exchange somewhere, you're not really in the game. So how do you go from being a passive holder to someone who's actively accumulating? Well, we're going to answer that.
Okay, so let's start with the thing that kicked this all off, a truly shocking admission. You know, when the story starts changing from outside the usual echo chamber, that's usually a sign that a much bigger trend is starting. Just let that sink in for a second. He's not just bullish. He's arguing that Ripple has a higher probability than even Ethereum of hitting its all-time high again. And why? Because he's watching them actually execute. He sees a real company using its money to grow in the real world, not just in some crypto bubble. This is a massive change in perception, and it's coming from a totally unexpected place.
So what's actually driving all this positive sentiment? Well, it isn't just talk, it is real, tangible action. Ripple is flexing its business development muscle in a way that very, very few other projects can even dream of.
And just look at these moves. I mean, these aren't small-time partnerships. These are major strategic buys. Hidden Road, G-Treasury, Rail, Palisade Custody. Ripple is literally using its giant war chest to buy the companies it needs to build out an entire financial infrastructure. They're not just coding. They're acquiring real businesses with real customers, a strategy that most crypto projects just can't pull off.
And this right here, this is the end game. Brad Garlinghouse lays it out perfectly. Swift is a 50-year-old messaging system. It doesn't actually move money. It just sends messages telling banks to move the money. And get this, it has a 6% error rate. Ripple, on the other hand, combines the message and the money into one single, fast, cheap system. It's just a fundamentally better design.
So here's the key takeaway from all this. While all this amazing business development is happening and analysts are arguing about price, there is a completely different way to play this. Some people are looking past the charts and are actively using the XRPL ecosystem itself to accumulate more.
And I promise you, we are getting there. Just stick with me for this next part, because I'm going to show you exactly how you can turn that frustration of just sitting and waiting into a real strategy for accumulation. All right, now we have to talk about the noise, because it feels like for every single piece of good news, there's just as much internal fighting and confusing info out there, which, makes it really tough to know who or what to believe.
So on one side, you've got this incredible, rock-solid conviction. As Jake said, I am 99.9999% confident we will see an unbelievable move this year in XRP. And that's the kind of statement that just fuels so much hope, right? It makes you feel like something huge is right around the corner.
But then you have this. Apex Crypto Insights had a, let's say, strong reaction to a popular framework, stating the videos were packed with profound misunderstandings, blatant inaccuracies, and outright nonsense. It's dangerous junk. This kind of public, really intense disagreement between big voices in the space, it just creates so much confusion. Who are you supposed to trust? And honestly, that's why when you're just surrounded by all this noise and these conflicting opinions, your focus has to come back to the one thing you can actually control: your own keys, your own wallet, your own actions. Self-custody isn't just some techie term. It's a way of taking back power.
Which finally brings us to the solution. We've seen the bullish case from the outside, we've waded through the confusing community noise. Now let's answer that question from the very beginning. How do you actually actively accumulate?
This is where your entire mindset has to shift. It's not about what to believe anymore, it's about how to act. It's the difference between being a fan in the stands and a player on the field, between passively holding and actively building your stack. And look, getting started is so much easier than you think. First step, you set up a secure Salmon wallet. It's free and it puts you in control. That's self-custody. Second, you just fund it with a little bit of XRP. And third, you join the XRP TIP team by sending just a single tip to your sponsor. That's it. That one action activates your position in the whole system.
And here is the really powerful engine that makes it all work, the infinite tip chain. See, the system is designed so that as your network grows, some of the referrals automatically get passed up directly to you. What does that mean? It means you start getting a stream of tips from people you didn't even personally invite. It creates this incredible compounding effect that builds your holdings on autopilot.
And the best part is, this is all built on the core principles of crypto that we all believe in. It's completely peer-to-peer. Tips go straight from their wallet to your wallet. No company in the middle ever touches your funds. Everything happens right on the XRP Ledger, so it's verifiable and settles in like 3 to 5 seconds. And your actual position in the system, it's a transferable NFT that you truly 100% own.
So while everyone else is just watching the charts and waiting, you actually have a chance to get in the game and participate. If you're ready to stop just holding and start accumulating, your entry point is right here. You can get started over at xrptipteam.com.